Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the reference rules data sheets and basically how they're going to be packaged from Games Workshop for free and also for sale. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. And if you are watching this video and you've not subscribed yet, now is the best time. According to YouTube analytics, a substantial amount of the regular watchers are not subscribed, and if there was ever a time or a reason to subscribe, it's now, because we're getting ready to ramp up for a massive giveaway, and you're not going to want to miss it. Reference your rules in seconds with the new look Warhammer 40,000 data sheets. The new edition of Warhammer 40,000 is almost upon us, and with the broad spectrum of rules changes come brand new data sheets for every unit in the game. Some have changed a little, some a lot, and keeping these new rules in mind will be a key to victory on a strange, unfamiliar battlefield. What you really need is a handy way to have all of your new rules at your side, like say a pack of hardy data sheets designed specifically for your faction of choice. It just so happens that these are coming just after the Leviathan box set, and you'll be able to pick up an invaluable gaming aid from your local Warhammer stores on luxury large-scale cards. And here we can see the Space Marine cards, Space Wolf cards, Adeptus Sororitas cards, and the Death Guard cards as well. And just a note, it does appear that each set is going to have multiple languages in them. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. We have seen previously in some of the other Games Workshop games, like Warcry, when they have released the data cards for them, they will come with all of the various languages. It seems like a rather big waste, honestly. But I can understand they only have to make one product rather than having to make a bunch of different products depending on where it's going to get sent to. It's also interesting as well because something like Space Marines is going to have like 50 or more data sheets, as where something like World Eaters has only a handful, or even Leagues of Votann. So it would be rather strange to see those priced the same. But again, that is speculation. We'll have to wait and see. And we do know these are going to be available for sale and also for free. So maybe some of the sets just won't be worth buying because you don't get nearly as much for your money. Each pack contains the faction's army rule, one detachment, complete with its detachment rule, stratagems, and enhancements, and data sheets for every unit in their roster. Together with the free core rules, you'll have almost everything you need to get started in the new edition. Physical data sheets are much easier to reference in the heat of battle. The cards are great to line up behind your deployment zone so you can see your force's abilities. It's never been easier to check how many intercessors you can cram into an impulsor or which of your librarian's attacks have the psychic tag. And I completely agree with this. I think these are great. I have been basically petitioning for this type of thing. I absolutely love the cards in Sigmar, and I think this is one of the best changes. And the best part is that you can buy them if you want the fancy, colorful, nice ones, or you can just print them off yourself or use them digitally for free. And that to me is huge because it lets people pay for what they want, but it lets people use what they need. All right, so here we see the Adeptus Astartes army rule, and we know the Oath of Moment, and then it also includes the limitations based on what Space Marine chapter you select. So very cool. And then, of course, we have seen some of the cards already. Here we see displayed the Primaris Captain. And on the backs, you have all the stuff that you need to know while you're actually creating your army. And then on the front, you have all the stats that you need when you're actually playing the game. You'll be able to order your own set when pre-orders go live very soon. But every faction's deck will be made available as a free PDF download from Warhammer Community, starting with the forces featured in Leviathan and then rolling out the other armies next week. So we know next week the other armies are going to be rolled out. I'm not sure if they're going to drop them all at once or if they will just kind of do like a couple every day. But definitely excited to see them. There have already been quite a few leaks and everything. We don't know if the leaks are official or anything like that. I know a lot of people have been getting extremely negative because they've seen some leaks of this, that, and the other. Some of the leaks don't even necessarily make sense so far. It looks like some of them are definitely fake. I don't know which ones are real. I don't know which ones are fake. So rather than getting all worked up now on something you don't even know is real, we know we're 1 week away from seeing all of the actual army rules, all the important data sheets, etc. So just be patient and stay positive. Of course, the advantage of the PDF data cards is that they'll be the most up-to-date. Any errata or other changes to the index will also be updated on the cards. Keep an eye on Warhammer Community in the coming days as we make more faction indexes available for download. So I really hope that they're not planning on doing regular changes to these things after you buy the data cards, but I suspect that we will see that. There is a third way to peruse your units. Every unit in these index decks will be added to the upcoming Warhammer 40,000 app alongside the new Battleforge tool to help you plan your army. They have all been rebuilt from the ground up for the new edition, and we'll have more news on the new app very soon. So they don't specifically say if this is going to be a part of Warhammer Plus, but I am assuming that this new 40K app is going to replace the old one, and it will be offered essentially as a paid service through Warhammer Plus. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And we do see a little exception block down here as well. It says exceptions are specific Space Marine chapters who use the Army rule from the Space Marine cards and Imperial agents who have no detachment. And I think that's a perfect example is something like Space Wolves or Blood Angels, where they essentially give up some of their specific army rules, the generic ones for Adeptus Astartes, in exchange for something that is a little more flavorful and chapter appropriate. So very cool. Definitely looking forward to this. I am glad to see that they actually put Space Wolves up here, because then we know that we're going to get the chapter specific cards as well. So it's not just going to be all generic Space Marines right off the bat. You'll have your Blood Angels, your Space Wolves, and your other big chapters. I would imagine anything that got a codex in 9th edition will right off the bat get cards for 10th edition. And then likely down the line, they'll expand those further. And they do mention specifically that there will be one detachment, and that has your detachment rule as well. So I think probably down the line, we're going to see various other detachments for those factions coming out as well. So you can essentially build your army with a little different like constraints, but then you get some different army rules, stratagems, etc. Now I'm not 100% sure on that. And again, maybe that's going to start bloating the game back out. So perhaps we should hope I'm wrong on this one. But I'm pretty good at anticipating what Games Workshop is doing or about to do. And I have a feeling that that's where we're headed this edition. So very, very cool. My favorite part about this is that they're free for everyone, and then you can buy them if you want. That is something that I have been calling for with the codexes, with the cards, with the rules for years now. And I'm very glad that Games Workshop is maybe not listening to me specifically, but listening to the community. And the truth is, one of the biggest constraints to getting new players into the game was telling them they needed to buy a rule book and then a codex. And then if they're Space Marines, maybe a second codex. And then possibly going to need to go online and download the updates. And it can get very confusing. It can get very time consuming and just overwhelming for new players. I love the idea that people can walk in and buy a couple boxes, or better yet, pick up a new combat patrol and right off the bat, go online, get all the rules they need and be ready to play. Don't have to spend any more money if they don't want to. And they can just focus on building their models, learning the game and playing. So very, very cool. Once again, got to give it to Games Workshop on this one. They're making a lot of positive changes. If you didn't make it to the end of the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Big news coming up with a big giveaway for our 10,000 subscribers, 10th edition, and just a thank you to the community. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% with free shipping in the United States. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I really like the new direction that Games Workshop's going in. And I'm out of here.